According to Merriam-Webster, the trolley problem is a thought experiment in ethics about a fictional scenario in which an onlooker has the choice to save 5 people in danger of being hit by a trolley by diverting the trolley to kill just 1 person. Today, Ethan and I are going to discuss this issue.
When it comes to this trolley debate, there are 2 main perspectives that you need to keep into account. One ethical viewpoint on this issue is utilitarianism, which supports doing the greatest good for the greatest number. According to this viewpoint, killing the 5 in this scenario is not acceptable because doing so would cause more harm than the good to just 1 person. Therefore, it would be best to divert the tracks and let the train kill the 1 person, or the trolley. However, Kantian thought, which is generally associated with religions, says that there are certain definitions of right and wrong that are always right or always wrong. In this case, murder is always wrong, and diverting the tracks to kill 1 person would count as murder. So it would be best to just not do anything about the scenario and let the 5 people die. However, I see problems with both viewpoints. Utilitarianism might not do the greatest good for the greatest number because you don't know how much the 1 person means against the 5. In addition, I feel like it's unethical to apply this practice when it's direct human lives. I mean, you don't say, oh, I can kill 1 person and that's better than killing 2 because murder is wrong either way. However, I don't feel like Kantian thought does any justice to this scenario either, because is it really any better to let 5 people die knowing you could do something to try and stop it? In my mind, it's murder either way. So in my opinion, there is a 3rd side that's been proposed that I side with even though it's not one of the 2 traditional perspectives. In her research, someone named Judith Thompson proposed a 3rd argument for the trolley problem, and that is to sacrifice yourself to save the 5, so neither the 5 nor the 1 have to die. Although Thompson used this argument to prove that killing the 1 is unacceptable and did not fully intend it for it to become an entire different option in this debate, I feel like it is still the most ethically acceptable compared to the other 2.
On my side, I agree with what Ethan's saying, and I really think that with this trolley problem, you either have the choice to kill the 5 or to kill the 1, and neither one is a great option by any means. Now, I think that the way I would look at this issue if I was the one in charge of where the trolley was sent, I think it would vary depending on whether or not I knew anyone in the group of 5 or the group of 1. I would think that I may come with more of a utilitarianism view of the greatest good for the greatest number of people, in that I would divert the tracks. But then I would be the one at blame for killing that 1 person. And I really wouldn't want that to be my situation. If you look at this issue with a Christian point of view, Luke 5:32 says, I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. If I knew that the 1 person that was going to be killed if I diverted the trolley was not saved, and I knew that the other 5 were saved, even if they were friends at my church, I would hope that I would just let the trolley alone so that the 1 soul could have the opportunity to be saved, because I know where the other 5 are going after they die. Because as a Christian, when we die, we don't actually stay dead, we live on in heaven.
I can see how that perspective comes into play, but I don't feel like utilitarianism, even if it's some people you know, is a smart strategy to bring to the table. In an alternate problem to the trolley problem, which is the footbridge dilemma, if you can shove a fat person off a bridge to save 5 people who are about to be hit by a trolley. However, in this instance, research shows that more people support a Kantian type of thought, whereas in the trolley problem, it's much more evenly split. But what makes shoving someone off a bridge to stop 5 people from dying any more ethical than pulling a train track rail or the lever? It's murdering them either way, whether it's more direct or indirect. And I also feel like basing the judgment off of who is saved is a great idea, but can get really murky if, let's say, the 1 isn't saved, but someone in the 5 isn't either.
And that's really not our place to judge, too, because we don't know where people's hearts are at with God. In conclusion, if it was me in the situation, and I was there, I would just tell all 6 people to move and get off the track. You know, because I think we come to a middle ground where we don't think either side of this issue is the right side.
And I would like to stress again that sacrificing yourself for the 5 is a better option, but I feel like either way we can just agree this ethical problem isn't very realistic, nor is it doesn't have a clear right or wrong answer. Both answers seem to be wrong, and that other options need to be explored in more realistic scenarios.
Yep, I totally agree. Thanks for discussing this.
No problem.